Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Living With Us. I'm your host, Sharon Mundia, and we're at Park Inn by Radisson, our favorite. Today, we're diving into the stories of three young entrepreneurs, keyword being young. They're all under 25 years old, and they've pursued their passion with such zeal and focus. And that's something that, a lot of times you hear young people aren't focused these days. Well, let me tell you something. Young people can and young people are, and that's exactly what we're diving into. Three incredible individuals, starting with Yasmin Mohammed, who in 2017 started Cake Hearts. She's an award-winning baker and pastry chef. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing, Yasmin?
I'm doing well.
I'm just waiting for the pastries. I don't know where you kept them, but I'm ready when
I'm
you are.
definitely going to be sending some.
So let's talk about your love for, I guess, baked goods and pastries and this side of the arts. So when did you first realize that you not only were interested or passionate about it, but you were actually pretty good at it as well?
I started culinary arts in actually September of 2017, and 2 months down the line, I honestly wanted to do something. I felt like I was destined for more than this, and the fact that the adrenaline in the kitchen was so much and really intense, I really liked the fact that it was like that.
Okay.
So I was baking cupcakes for my sister's birthday on the 4th of December.
Okay.
And I started Cake Hearts on the 7th of December.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
I baked the cupcakes and it was really good. I was like, you know what? Then by the will of God, honestly, I just started the business.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing.
It's interesting. So in September, you start culinary arts.
Yes.
December 4th, you bake your sister cupcakes for her birthday. And 7th, you're like, we're in business.
Yes.
So cool. And I think that's even what I love so much. There's a fearlessness in being young and not being scared or thinking too much about what does A plus B have to mean, at the end of the day. Yeah. So what did you need at the beginning when you were starting this? What did you need to have in place?
I definitely needed the support of my family because I was a home baker.
Okay.
And obviously allowing me to follow my dreams at the same time. So my first client actually it was a relative of mine, and they took like 100 cupcakes.
100?
100.
For
the first time, exactly.
What?
I was just in business for like 2-3 days,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, I posted it on Instagram. I started the Instagram page," and she knew about it, and she's like, "You know what? Give me 100 cupcakes. I'll give it to all my friends in my apartment and stuff." And it was honestly ever since then, it's just been amazing. I had a 3-day bake sale that was actually done by Uma for Humanity. So I made like over 600 cupcakes. This in December.
In December?
Yeah.
You were going to say you didn't sleep or no?
I didn't sleep for 3 days. I literally woke up in 2018 not knowing what the hell was happening.
Where are we? What's my name again? What is the cupcake? That's so interesting.
So it's actually been worthwhile ever since then.
Oh, fantastic. At the time, I'm curious to know, in terms of like staff or capital or I don't know, licenses. What did you need at that time? Were you doing this on your own?
At that time, I really didn't know much about I need to register the business. But only when I got to 2018 is when I was like, this is going to be a long-term journey for me. So let me at least get the information and all the things that I need to do as soon as possible. So at the beginning, definitely for the support of my family, they gave me the money, and they, like all the ungas and the egg and milk was already in the house. Yeah. So definitely my family and my mom has really supported me ever since then.
Yeah.
And when I woke up after 3 days bake sale, I now 2018 I was like, let me focus on making this as legal as possible. So I registered the business, got all my carry pins and everything that needed to be
all sorted. And were you doing this all on your own?
I was doing this all on my own.
I'm
actually still doing it all on my own.
To date?
Till date.
Okay, so let's break down what, say, a typical week or day looks like for you.
A typical week starts with maybe people calling me saying, I have a birthday this, or I have a dessert table for a bridal shower. Yeah. So it's just weeks of preparations, finding suppliers, making sure that everything is ready for that day. And obviously taking bookings if it's for the next month or maybe a wedding. We pretty much just on my laptop writing notes, doing so many things, and also now the preparation and the production of the actual items when the day comes.
For a lot of businesses, they have the idea, they bring it to life, but it's delivering it, and also ensuring that the customer is interested, likes it, loves it, isn't in another looking at other cupcakes. I'm curious to know how you were able to get your clients so quickly. The 100, I think you said, was a relative of yours?
It was a relative
okay.
of mine, yes.
So, but like with the bake sale or even growing your customer base, were there specific things that you did to lead you to that, to lead you to where you are?
Definitely marketing on my Instagram page and letting people know about the business as well. So it's like, yes, the first client was my relative, but as we progressed, it's like they liked what they got. They were happy and satisfied with the items that we were giving them, and they enjoyed it. So word of mouth. One person tells the other person, and the other person tells the other person.
Yeah.
So it's like the more people knew about it, the more like they still looked for me,
Right.
and also the more creative I got, because now I was like, I don't really just want to do cupcakes, so let me move into something else, and that's the reason as to why I also do dessert tables for birthdays. It's like the table with the cake that you usually get for your birthday, now spiced up.
Yeah, like line it up with all these other baked
other
goodies.
things, yes.
Okay, so I know you've also got like a dessert subscription. Can you tell us about that, what it's called, and how you even got to that idea?
The dessert, it's actually called the Cake Hearts Dessert Box.
Okay.
So it's a monthly subscription of desserts that's sent to your home every month. And it has a varieties of items and dessert on baked goods from around the world.
Yeah.
So pretty much the idea came with these people who have this tendency of having too much sweets. So that regulates the amount of items you have in a month's time. So it has a varieties of things, around 10 items that could last you a month.
What? Last year month?
It could last you a month.
So give me like what was in the February box, for instance?
The February box, we were doing Valentine's.
Okay.
Mostly we did two things, where we did the cupcakes that usually, obviously there's students who wouldn't necessarily be able to get the dessert box itself. So we had cupcakes, varieties of them that we were just doing it for them.
Yeah.
And then for the dessert box, we had a varieties of like loaf cakes to brownies to red velvet cookies to so a variety of things that you would enjoy as with your family or as an individual.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the items, high chances most of them finished them in one day because it was such a new thing then.
Yeah.
But the items could last you if you refrigerate them a whole month.
Right. And it works such that you pay an annual fee or a monthly fee?
It's a monthly fee.
A monthly fee, and you deliver the
items, the pastries to your home.
That sounds divine. It sounds so good.
And also last month we were celebrating women in business, so we had other entrepreneurs send us their products to add into the box and send it to our subscribers. So it was a win-win for all of us at the same time.
Oh my gosh. So you're only 22.
Yes.
How has it been running your business now for about 2 years?
A year, 3 months.
A year and 3. Wait, 2017. Oh
2017
December.
December, yeah.
Right, so it's not 2 years yet.
It's not 2 years.
So what's that been like? And had you had any experience in business before starting Cake Hearts?
I didn't have any experience whatsoever in business, so I was learning as I progressed. It's been amazing. The journey has been very life-changing, especially as a young entrepreneur. You get to learn a lot of things. You get to make mistakes, but also learn from them. So it's honestly, for anybody who would want to get into the baking world, it's diverse. Let me just tell you that.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. If you really love what you do, the journey will be as amazing as possible. You'd even want it to be a regular thing. Especially you wouldn't really be, 9 to 5. Exactly.
So did you at any point think that you were going to dive into a 9 to 5 type of job? Had you considered it?
I didn't consider it. I always wanted to be something more. Like when I was growing up, there's either two things I wanted to do.
Okay.
I either wanted to be a motivational speaker to inspire people, or a doctor. But I tried both of them. I went to a motivational speaker seminar, and honestly, I was scared to death.
Okay.
I was scared to death.
Okay.
And for the doctor part, I went to Kenyan National Hospital for 3 months to just volunteer and see how it is before I actually dive into the whole doctorish journey.
Yeah.
And I saw blood, and I was like, oh,
It's not
no,
for you.
it's not for me.
Yeah.
So trust me, honestly, all of this is by the will of God. I wouldn't be where I am without the support of my family and my friends and everyone that has been there ever since.
Oh, bless. So you just recently won an award. You came in first at the Kenya Baking Industry Awards, and you came in first in the pastries
and desserts.
Desserts. What was that like?
I honestly, I don't even have words still today. I'm still shaken of the fact that I actually won.
Yeah.
But then the trophy is pretty much a definition of hard work pays. Yeah, the long nights that I had, my back breaking, all paid off eventually. But I couldn't have won it without the people who have been there for me. Yeah.
What is your vision for Cake Hearts? Where do you see it going? And maybe we could even start like by the end of the year. Are there things that you're hoping to?
By the end of the year, I'm actually a student. So when I finish, I'm planning on having a physical place or, progressing and actually having somewhere that people could come rather than always, go online, call me and bake. So we want to move away from that and have a physical place and obviously bake and also have an option of having a school as well for baking. That's what we have in mind, and also having a platform for entrepreneurs who want to get into the baking world, because as young as I was then, I mean,
it's so funny you just said that. As young as I was then, you're 22. Like,
but I started.
There's people watching and like, how is she still like? What does that even mean? But go on. Sorry. As young as you were when? How old?
By 2017. When I
was. So that was like 19.
Okay, guess. So, honestly speaking, in the entrepreneur world, it's very difficult when you don't know what you're doing. And by then, I didn't.
Right.
So I was moving and learning as I progressed. So I want to create a place or a platform where somebody asks, if you are even 18 or you finished high school and you want to be somebody in the baking world, all the things that you would need, from your cheapest supplier to your machinery, like I would want to create a platform where you would find everything that you need.
Right.
Because I wasn't able to find everything I needed back then.
Back then. Oh, as young as you were. Yeah. So who's your inspiration? Who do you look up to in the baking world?
In the baking world, when I started, honestly, I looked up to somebody who was not even in the country. My school, it's International Hotel and Tourism Institute. So when I started they teach you about all these celebrity chefs and all these people around the world that have done so well for themselves. And their journey kind of inspired me to be something for myself. Because I didn't really want to always work for somebody. I wanted to work for myself.
Right.
And the fact that we learned so much about all these different people, it's like learning from them and knowing how their journey wanted me to make one of my own. So it's not actually a specific person.
It's just like knowing that they worked hard for what they wanted.
Mostly people think that chefs are like dropouts or people who really haven't.
I don't know if maybe to some people they might think that, but I don't consider chefs anything other than like
somebody who's really following their passion.
Skilled creatives, really, and very successful too. What would you say to someone watching who's quite young, thinking of going into business and doesn't know where to start?
Definitely just start, for sure, because the more you wait, the more like the opportunity actually moves away from you.
Right.
But for anybody who's really starting or wants to join the baking world, everything is there for you. The platform is definitely there. You can find somebody like me, ask them how they started the business or what you got to learn on like as you progressed. So my advice would be go for it. It's a very
challenging but rewarding, I would say.
Yes. It's challenging but rewarding, but definitely go for it.
All right. Thank you so much, Yasmin. I mean, I'm going to look for that cake or like cookie, brownie, something. And then get to taste. But hey, if like Kenya Baking Industry Awards crowned her, top in the pastry and desserts world in the country, then you best believe she knows a thing or two about the world of desserts. Thank you, Yasmin, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And remember, if you want to get yourself a bite, treat yourself, a loved one, just check out Cake Hearts with 2 S's at the end,
S's,
right?
yes.
All right, we've got to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet a young man who started a laundry business and is doing pretty well for himself, so don't go anywhere.